right? So I will reiterate because sometimes it's better to reiterate and then. Okay, so I just started a recording so people can watch the recording as well in the last. So I will just try to reiterate so that it's clear for everyone. So we will during the whole demo we will understand. This is how we will structure the whole demo. We will try to answer all of these questions. The why of Azure data engineering, what of Azure data engineering, how of data engineering. Okay, so this is how the demo will go. The whole demo will go. And the in between the demo, I will also stop for a couple of minutes after describing each session. Why, what, and how. I will stop and then you can ask questions. Okay. So we'll understand why of it. Okay. So back in 2012, when I was in college, I used to use the pen drive CDs and then used to watch movies with my friends. Now I don't no longer do those things because I rely on Netflix and then I can upload the photos in Google Drive and my photos are backed up automatically in the cloud. So if you see, all of us are anyways using a cloud product, and then every individual is affected or here and there somehow using a cloud product. Okay, we are not aware because we just doesn't pay attention so much in day-to-day work, but if you pay attention, every person is uh, like totally here and there, every person is using a cloud product anyways, right? So if you think an individual, they are also affected by cloud adoption. So every company is also adopting cloud because of its benefit. Okay. So let's understand the benefit as well in very simple terms. Okay. So suppose if I don't use a pen drive and if I upload my photos in Google Drive, what are the benefits are there? Okay. So I don't need to maintain that pen drive. Okay, so the clouds, the where my data is, if I'm uploading the data in the drive, the Google will take care of it. Okay, ideally. And then collaboration is very easy. So suppose Ram Krishna want that particular data from me. Okay, so I can just share the data with him very easily. Okay, so the collaboration is very easily. The collaboration is very easy, and at the same time the if my pen drive is full. Okay, suppose my pen drive is full, so today I need to go to the market and buy that pen drive. But ideally, if you're using a cloud product, you can just pay, suppose in Google Drive you pay like 2000, so you can get like 200 TB of storage by paying some sort of extra money. So the upgradation is also very easy. You can just click and then it got upgraded. Okay, you don't need to go to the market, upgrade, and sometimes your pen drive is corrupted. Like, yeah, you used it in a rough manner and that's corrupted. That is also handled by crowdsourced provider. So each and everything will be handled by the crowdsourced provider, and that is the main advantage of using a cloud. Okay, so like because of all of these advantages, companies are also moving the data to the cloud ultimately. And if I show you through the slide, right? So like I'm just trying to give you the simple example so that you can understand. But if I actually show you the difference between the on-premise and the cloud, and the adoption of a cloud is it's pay as you go. You can just pay for any service and you can opt for the service. Every the storage and everything will be handled by the cloud service provider. Data loss and recovery will be handled by cloud service provider. Upgrade is very easy. Collaboration is very easy. Implementation is very easy. So because of all of these advantages, everybody is moving and adopting to the cloud. Okay, that is why the cloud is important. So whatever used to happen on premise, right? Data analysis, data science, and then data engineering, which is used to happen on premise. Now everything is happening in the cloud. So if you are from on premise background, you are anyways need to learn a cloud because it's outdated. And if you're learning cloud, then also it's like very trendy, because if you see, every individual is switching to the cloud, so companies also switching to cloud. And if when you're switching to the cloud, you anyways need a data engineer, data analyst, data scientist to work on those data, right? So it's very good and trendy skill set, and that actually shows in our various the charts and various slides which you can. So cloud adoption rate is increasing by 38 percentage. Azure transformation enterprise is also accelerated by 68%, right? Then the Synapse adoption of Synapse is also increasing by 45%. And I have, like, not only this slide, I have many slides which actually proves that the cloud adoption rate and like going with very good speed, right? So yeah, so this slide I have, which is also very good slides. Okay, so the cloud Azure market share is 21%, and then increasing. So if you see the jobs and everything is also very good. And then sometimes there is also a question that Abhishek, there are like many clouds, right? So they have Azure, or you have AWS, you have GCP, which cloud you should go for. And I'm in this particular field for past 8 years, and I whenever I want to switch a job, or whenever I want to go move to a different country, I don't face, like, there's always a struggle when you find a job, but from opportunity wise, it's always good, right? So you will get a good job if you get a interview calls, right? So it's very simple. So if you get, suppose, 10 interview calls, and if you prepare it well, you can switch. But if there is no interview call, you cannot switch, right? So that's very basic. So whenever you want to switch, and whenever you want to switch in India, so when I was trying to switch in India, I used to get a calls, and if you prepare it well, you can switch ideally. And when I wanted to switch from India to abroad, I started applying abroad across like different countries, and I used to get calls from Dubai, from different like Germany parts, right? And then Poland, few calls from Poland. And I used to give interviews, and here and there, if you give multiple interviews, then ideally you'll crack some of them, right? So that's main important thing. So from opportunity wise, I haven't faced any challenges. And also at the same time, if you think about it, every company, so I have a very good friends who is working in Amazon, who is working in Google, and they are, every company is using a Microsoft product, because Microsoft have a very good product, right? So they have Office, and they have a very good integration nowadays with Chat GPT and OpenAI. So where Microsoft, every company is using a Microsoft product, and they have also a good integration with all of this, the OpenAI and all those things. So it always gives them the edge. I feel it's always gives them edge. I might sound little biased here, because I am anyways in this particular field from 8 years, but I always feel that Microsoft has an edge compared to other cloud market anyways, right? All right, so this is about the cloud adoption, and then why you should learn, why you should switch to the particularly like cloud, or in a cloud market, right? And also now, all right, yeah. So now, who are the people? So now, suppose the common people who are here, right? Either you want to basically, if you so most of the audience who is here, ideally, either they want to get a job in Azure data engineering field, or they want to handle a project in Azure data engineering field, or they are like experienced guy work. So suppose they recently got a job in data engineering field, but they are not able to handle a project, so they want to learn it properly. Okay, these are the general audience, I feel. So let's talk about the majority of audience. So I know from the demo perspective, so people who are here are the people who basically want to switch to Azure data engineering field. So it's very important that you should also understand who are the people who can switch. Okay, so ideally, like, if you think about it, right? Now I do have a, so the if you think about it, like, these are the people who generally switch to Azure data engineering field, right? So the Power BI developer, the Informatica expert, the SSIS developer, or database admin, or data analyst, all of these people can ideally switch into Azure data engineering. But suppose if you say that, Abhishek, I am from a marketing background, or if I am from the sales background, or I am doing my BBA, and then can I learn data engineering, and then can I switch, or I am in HR domain, can I switch? So each one of you can also switch into data engineering field, and then the prerequisite of switching into the data engineering is zero. Ideally, there's no prerequisite. Everybody can learn Azure data engineering if you learn it properly. And I have helped people who are from the sales background, who are from the marketing background, who are from the different background to switch into Azure data engineering field. So it's doable if you invest time properly, if you focused and work in a right direction, that it can be done. Okay. All right. The Azure market, who are the people who should switch into the data engineering field, right? Now we will talk about what is data engineering, what are the starter tool you should focus on, and we'll understand that um, like what is data engineering basically, right? So that we'll understand now. So if you have any question related to what I have explained, you can idly ask now, and I will give you a option so that you can unmute yourself. Now, I think you can unmute yourself, and then if you have any question, you can ask me now. So we'll do this Q&A for 5 minutes, and then we'll continue forward.
Why
So I
Azure? Why not GCP? Now the market is moving to GCP, right?
market is moving to every cloud. So market is also moving to AWS cloud. Market is also moving to GCP cloud. Market is also moving to Azure cloud. Many company Germany is adopting uh, um, Azure cloud. So market is moving to all the cloud. Okay, so it's not like market is particularly moving to GCP cloud. It's not like that. I personally feel Azure has an edge, and reason I have explained. So the reason is every company uses a Microsoft product. First reason is that. Second reason is Microsoft has a very good integration with OpenAI. That also gives edge. And from the opportunity perspective, I haven't faced any challenges personally, and my students also haven't faced any challenges. So I feel the Azure has a very good potential.
One more question, right? So I have some near about 14-year experience, right?
Mm,
And working in the database side, data modeling and SQL, PL SQL, different type of databases I work on that, right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
how it is comfortable, how it is helpful for me to move to Azure engineering?
So you are from the database background, you're saying, right?
Yes,
So from the database background, sometimes to increase the horizon of the understanding how the data is coming to those databases and how ultimately you can do. So suppose currently when you are working on relational databases, nowadays there is a you need to process the data and then make it. The processing happens using Spark and big data technologies, and you make a delta lake house architecture. So generally, if I show you 1 second, you guys are able to see my screen, right?
yes,
All right. So probably you are working on this kind of architecture that data is coming through a ETL, and then the data marts are getting created, and
correct.
then you do the presentation of a dashboard. But nowadays, when you see the correct the new architecture is a lakehouse architecture in which the data comes to data lake, and top of it itself we make a unity catalog, we make a lakehouse architecture, and ultimately you can do BI reporting, stream analytics, data science, machine learning, all of that on top of it. So um, from relational database as well, people are moving towards the unity catalog, the lakehouse architecture, which also, so yeah, so just to increase the horizon of learning and also understand whatever is happening used to happen in on-premise, how it happens in the cloud in general. From that front, it can help you ideally.
So it's a good idea to move or what's
Yeah, it's
am
a
I
good
right?
idea to move. Yes, it's a good idea to move. And from many of the people who are from, so I was also showing this slide, right? So so it's a general people who are from database administrator or like working in database in general also come and learn data engineering. So many people does that ideally. All right, guys, anybody has any other question?
Hi Abhishek, I'm Ravi.
Yeah, hi Ravi.
Yeah, actually I'm working in a non-IT background. It's like insurance backend support from past 2 years I'm working.
Mhm.
So how can I like switch into data engineering to showcase my non-IT background
Yeah,
skill and
so yeah, Ravi, so your question will be answered, but I think we are again going to how of it, so which will come. So please wait for some time and then your question will be answered.
okay, thank you.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, Saurabh.
Hi, Abhishek.
Hi, Saurabh.
Yeah, I have 4 years of experience in data engineering. Now I am trying to move into data analytics because the companies are demanding data engineering plus data analytics nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
And many of the layoffs are going because the companies are demanding high skills, data engineering plus data analytics.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
how it can help in that way?
You are from which background?
Data engineering in Informatica. And in that we
Uh,
use Unix also. In that we use Unix also. But
yeah.
but I have not that much of experience in Unix. So do we
Yeah.
need
So I
same?
will again come to this particular side. So Informatica experts also learning the data engineering field. Now I don't agree with the fact that you said that company wants data analyst and then data engineer combined skill set. Because company wants everything, right? So company also will say that, hey, well, I will handle it. I will hire data engineer and then they can do the CI/CD work as well. They can do the Power BI work as well. They can do the data engineering as work as well. You'll see, we see many openings saying that as well. But ideally, you should focus on learning what is important first, and you should focus on that first. And if you feel you learned that properly and you know it properly, then you should move into and learn some sort of other Power BI and those things, which can give you the edge. But uh, main thing is focus on learning what is important first, and then focus on learning rest of the other things. So I will say that focus on like eating the main course first, and then side dishes can be like tasty, but yeah. So later on, you can focus on that ideally.
And do we require Unix for this?
Uh,
Unix for learning this in the class?
no, I no 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 no. I am from this particular background from past 8 years, and I always worked on the Windows subsystem. So yeah, so I don't feel so Unix isn't like you should focus on learn Unix. All right.
Hi
So
Abhishek,
yeah,
how it is different from data science?
I will come into that now.
Okay.
We will now understand what of it, and then those questions will be answered. So I suggest each one of you to please keep yourself muted, and then I let me describe what is data engineering and what are the starter tool of Azure data engineer. What is particularly data engineering? Let's understand that first. So I made uh, this particular diagram to describe that. Okay. Just before the demo, I was just trying to make. So now, suppose I will give you a very simple example, a very simple use case, right? So now, suppose uh, you are working, you just joined a company and you joined Walmart, for example. Okay. Now, what Walmart wants, Walmart is a big company. We'll all agree, right? Walmart is a big company. Now, Walmart has a data everywhere. Okay. So Walmart has a data, suppose in SQL Server, in SharePoint, in Oracle DB, in so yeah, so in all of these data sources, Walmart has the data. Now, suppose if someone came here and then he came here from sales background, he will say, Abhishek, what is this server? I don't get it. So just from very simple example, suppose you have a data in your own computer. It's not there anywhere. So suppose Walmart has a data in a computer, not a server, a computer. Okay, for example. Now, what Walmart wants? Walmart wants to understand the data. Suppose Walmart CEO wants to understand which product is selling more, right? So what is the suppose Coca-Cola is Coca-Cola sales is more, or just like Limca sales is more, right? He wants to understand that, for example, or he wants to understand people are buying body wash or they are buying shampoo, right? It's sorry, soap, right? So he just want basic understanding, right? Now, to want that understanding to be done, uh, they the data needs to be combined, right? So because suppose they have a data everywhere, so they suppose if you want to understand sales, all the data will needs to be combined, right, to understand sales ideally. Now, Walmart, like the person who is giving you that particular demand, he also said, please move the data to the cloud because it's easy to share because we all agree moving the data to the cloud is beneficial. So let's move the data to the cloud. He also given a requirement. Let's move the data to the cloud and do everything in the cloud. I want something futuristic. Okay. So he said that let's move the data to the cloud. So ideally in this particular part, you will take the data, you will move all the data to the cloud, any cloud storage. Ideally, suppose if you can understand this cloud storage, it's okay. And if you're not able to understand, let's understand drive, simple drive. So we'll move all the data to the cloud storage. Okay. And then after you move the data to a particular storage, you need to also transform it, right? So very simple, you need to transform it. Why you need to transform it? So suppose if you have 10 sales data, or if you want to understand product which is performing best, you want to join all the data of a different source system, and then you want to make a particular Excel sheet or something like that, right? So you will combine the data. So you will transform the data ideally, which is present in the cloud storage. And after you do that, you cannot just give the data, right? So you need to combine the data so that your CEO or a higher management people can just open some sort of a visualization, and then they can understand in a better way. So you will analyze it. So this is a general requirement, and this will be fulfilled. Okay. To do this requirement completely, you will do three kinds of a thing here. You will first extract the data, then you will suppose load the data, then you will transform the data, or you will extract data, or you will join it, you will transform data, and then you load the data, right? So you will basically do this three job: extract, transform, and load. And that is what data engineering is ideally: extraction of the data, transformation of the data, and then the loading of the data. Okay. This is what in nutshell the data engineering is. Okay. Now I will also try to give you a picture of give me a moment. All right. Okay. So what is particularly data engineering? Data engineering is finding the right data for data analyst and data scientist, which means your job is to not come here make a Power BI dashboard. That is not your job. So your job, suppose guys, is it's a request that please mute yourself, otherwise I will just disable that option again. So please mute yourself. It's just a request. All right. So so suppose one particular CEO said that, hey, I want to understand product of the year. I want to understand the sales of the year. So your job is to find the data, where that data is located. So you will understand the source system. You will try to understand where that data is located. That is your job. Data engineer's job is to get the data for the data analyst. Then your job is to developing ETL, extract, transform, and load, process the data. So your job is to create this whole process so that it is done. Extraction is done, transformation is done, loading is done. Your job is to also monitor it, whether it's running fine or not day-to-day basis, right? So monitoring of the pipeline. Your job is to also ensure the data quality is enough or not, data is reliable enough or not, right? So suppose if you combine the data from any source system, sometimes data degraded, right? Suppose, yeah, so if I tell you, if I give you 10 Excel file to join your data, you will do some mistake, right? So suppose data monitoring and making sure data quality is also good is also a job of a data engineer, right? Maintaining good code quality is also a job of a data engineer. Doing so all the ETL pipeline, whether it's running fine, the cost effective is not, that is also a job of a data engineer, right? Increasing the performance is also a job of a data engineer. But giving proper permission to those tables is also a job of a data engineer. Understanding how each data points are connected is also a job of a data engineer. Documenting the whole process is also a job of a data engineer. All of this is your job. Okay, so this is very, very important to learn. You shouldn't focus on these things. So suppose somebody says that, hey, building ML models is not a job of a data engineer. Okay, then building dashboard reports are not a job of a data engineer. Managing CI/CD pipelines is not a job of a data engineer. Managing front-end applications are not a job of a data engineer. Doing web development is also not a job of a data engineer. Maintaining the whole infrastructure is also not of a job of a data engineer. Sometimes you also do this mistake. Somebody asked me, hey, Abhishek, I'm can I work on Tableau or Power BI reports and those things? You can work on that, right? So you can work on that. But if you should, if you know all of this, right, which I said before, then you can work on that. But you should focus on this first, and then you should focus on that. Nishant, please mute yourself. All right. So this is what the data engineering is. Now, what is the difference between a ML? So somebody asked, hey Abhishek, what is the difference between ML models, creating ML models, and then creating ML models, and then what's the difference between machine learning and data engineering? Suppose data engineering is creating the data useful for a data analyst. Okay, that is a data engineering. Now, what is data analysis? Data analysis is understanding the data. Suppose if you give them the 10 data points, then understanding how sales is changing, or how, suppose sales was going down, but like something happened and then now sales is going up, or suppose customers are leaving the company, but we need to understand why they are leaving the company. So that is the job of a data analyst or data scientist, to understand, like suppose the sales is in this year, the sales is 5 million. So next year during this month, what will be the sales? Or to understand, suppose uh, this year this product sold most of the time, so next year also it will be sold this, or something will impact, right? So this kind of analysis will be done by descriptive. There are two kinds of analysis, right? So there's a descriptive analysis. So suppose just understanding what you have, and there's a predictive analytics to understand what's happening in the future. That is a predictive analytics ideally. So data science is a predictive analytics, data analysis is descriptive analytics, and data engineering is giving the data to the data analyst and data scientist so that they can do their analysis. That's all, right? So deploying ML models is not of a job, in creating reports and dashboards is also not of a job, in managing CI/CD pipelines. All of this is not of a job for data engineer, but you should focus on all of this, which is important. And I believe me, guys, if you learn this, right, if you learn each one of them, what I told, then you will get a job, right? So that's like, suppose you shouldn't focus on what is not important. Anyways, company will write everything in their job description because they want a particular person to do everything. But if you know the things which is important, and it will take huge amount of time, okay? So just like whatever I have written, it's not so easy to just understand it and then implement it and then learn it fully. So focus on what is important first, and then focus on the things which is not important. So it's very important you should understand what's important. All right. So this is what the data engineering is in general. Okay. Now I will also try to answer about what are the starter tool you should focus on. Okay, so let me open a slide which can give you a picture of that. So give me a moment. Somebody do something. 1 second. All right. So if I go down, this was the slide, right? Now, if you see, generally the extraction part is being done by the data factory or Synapse Analytics in Azure world. Okay. So these are the tools used for data like extraction part. Now for the loading part, generally we'll use Azure SQL Server or Azure Data Lake. Now for the transformation part, we generally use the data flows, data bricks. So these are the tools which helps you to do that, right? Just like, so suppose if you want to go out to a restaurant, probably you'll use a Google Maps to like understand which particular restaurant is good, or to check a review and all of that. So just like that, for for example, if I will talk about in very general term, so suppose if you want to store a data, you will use a Google Drive, right? So similar to that, if you want to use like if you want to store a particular data in a tabular format, you'll use Excel, for example, right? If you want to present something, you'll use a PowerPoint, right? So similar to that, you have different tools in Azure world as well. You have Data Factory, Synapse Analytics pipeline for the extraction. You have Data Lake for the cloud storage, and then for Databricks, and then you have a SQL stored procedure for all sort of a transformation. And then this, anyways, I presented that it's not so important for a data engineer to understand. And you have all of these tools as a starter tool ideally. So you should focus on Data Factory, which is extraction tool, and then you have a Synapse Analytics as well, which is basically your the pipelines and those things, right? Synapse Analytics pipeline. And then you have like a data bricks for some sort of a transformation, right? And then you have a Azure data lake storage for like the storage. And then you have a DevOps to store your data, you store your code, and then version controlling and all of that. So this is basically a starter tool. So you should focus on learning these tools first. Okay, this is a starter tool ideally. Then you can work on the stream analytics or like handling the MariaDB, SD Insight, and all of that is an advanced tool. And don't get yourself confused by learning these tools first and then focusing on other tools. This is very, very important. This is a bread and butter for Azure data engineer particularly. Now I'm going bit into the Azure side of it. So particularly for Azure data engineer, these are the bread and butter, and this is what we should focus on learning first. Okay, and then you can learn the advanced concept and those things, and you can relate that particular graph with this, the extraction, transformation, and loading. And then you can learn extraction using the data factory, the storage with the data lake, and then the transformation using all of this, right? So this is what the particularly the data engineering is, right? And then this is what the starter tools of Azure. Okay. Now, if you have any question, you can unmute yourself and ask me. And if you still have some question related to how of it, please wait for some time.
Hey, hi. Actually, I want to ask we are using Azure Databricks, so for the transformation part, we need to write some logic. So there we need some programming SQL. Apart from that, Python also. So that will be also covered in this course.
Yeah, so I will come into that part. Coding is experience is required or not? That I will answer how. So I will answer your that question in some time. Wait, please wait. Yeah, I will answer that question in some time. Yeah.
I have also a question.
Mm-hmm.
Shall I ask?
Yeah, please continue.
Actually, I'm working in a support line.
Mm-hmm.
I'm providing a support to the to the team actually,
Mm-hmm.
who are developers, who are basically a team of the developers. And I am working in a server side. So what would be the best for me? Like, shall I go for the DevOps line? Shall I continue with that? And because I am not properly in the DevOps, I am just creating the pipeline. Sometime I am just giving the support and all to the team actually.
Mm-hmm. So
So what would
currently
you
you are,
suggest me?
what is your day-to-day job right now?
Day to day is basically like I am creating a pipeline, and if some creating a server, deploy website on the servers, and domain deployments. So if I want to like move into this data field, so it would be a good for me, or like
Your profile is more of a DevOps engineer profile right now,
yeah, more
probably.
of more of DevOps,
So
right?
you can learn Azure DevOps, like that you can do
No, no, no,
ideally.
not yet, not yet. Actually,
No.
I got the hardware support.
I'm suggesting you can
Huh.
either learn Azure DevOps, but if you
Hmm.
prefer not to learn that, then
Hmm.
many people from Azure DevOps or a DevOps
Hmm.
background also learn
Hmm.
a data
Hmm.
engineering field. and
Mm,
that gives them an edge because yeah, so
mm,
you learn data engineering properly and then you have some sort of a DevOps experience, so that
mm,
also you can do. It depends on you. But
mm,
if you ask me from your profile which profile
mm,
is like
mm,
similar, then Azure DevOps is
mm.
much more similar.
Right.
But you can anyways learn a data engineering field if you want to. There is
Okay.
no
So
like,
my experience will count into that, or that would be
yes,
a they will count
somewhere
any
it
other
can
section.
count. Yeah, somewhere
As
it can
in,
count. Yes,
like,
it gives you a advantage that you have a DevOps engineer, some sort of a
hmm,
DevOps
hmm.
experience. It gives you advantage.
Because this is totally a different data engineering. If I talk about so.
Yeah, so but
Hmm,
in many of the company, suppose
hmm,
they hire a data engineer and then they want some sort of a DevOps work as well to be done, and
hmm.
you can cater that work ideally. So it
Okay,
gives you
fine.
advantages. Yes,
Okay, okay. And either you suggest me to go with the Azure DevOps, right?
DevOps completely. Yes.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you very much, buddy. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Anybody has any other question, guys?
Hi, sir. I check like I asked you, like a non-IT background people, like, what are the things we need to
You are from?
non-IT
Yeah,
background,
so
like
what are
support
the
role?
starter tool you should learn? That is the question, right?
It means like I couldn't get it.
So your question is, what are the tools you should learn? Or what is your question? Or
From
can
non-IT
you
to IT.
switch? Can you
Yeah,
switch?
yeah, yeah.
That is your question?
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay. Okay, fine. So I will now give you the course overview and then the prerequisite so that you can understand it properly, right? So 1 second. Okay, so who can learn this particular course? This course is being designed in such a manner that anyone can do this course. The people who are from the non-IT background can do this course. Why they can do this course? Because the data factory is a no code tool. Ideally, there's no code required for that, so you can learn that particular tool. And the people who are very beginner, okay, so suppose you, if you are a fresher, you can do this course. If you are experienced, having 7 years of experience, then also you can do this course. If you have no coding experience, then also you can do this course. If you haven't learned about SQL in the past, you can do this course. If you don't know about data factory, databricks, or like you don't have a, suppose you don't know about development, test and product environment, very basic things as well, then also you can do this course. So any individual who wants to switch into Azure, there is no prerequisite for doing this course. This course is being designed in that particular manner that every beginner can ideally come and learn Azure data engineering. And I have taught many people who are from the suppose after the graduate, having 4 years of gap and then wanted to learn Azure data engineer, or the people who are from the sales background wanted to learn Azure data engineers, right? So they can do this course. We will focus on learning the data factory, Databricks, and Synapse Analytics in this particular course, right? And generally, the people who are from Informatica, SSIS, Power BI, seeking the transition to Azure data engineering can come and learn this course, right? So this is the course ideal for those people. The prerequisite is zero. There's no prerequisite. Now, what we give different, right? So suppose, as I already told, we do it as a limited 20 students batch. So I don't take couple of like more students because we promise many things, right? So we promise that we will do projects. I will do projects with you, and then we will do the three projects we'll describe after the course, right? So this is the first project, this is the second project, this is the third project. We will do these three projects with like we will do it together, and then ideally I will help you to write these projects in your resume by understanding your background. So suppose somebody said that I am from Informatica background, or somebody said that I am from this HR background, or somebody said that I am from this background. So I will help you to understand and write those projects in the resume, and then I will give you the interview questions by from those projects, because I have used those projects, because as I told, I take limited student, I teach what I do in my company. So I will give you all the interview question because I have used those projects to appear to many interviews, so I know what can be asked. And my students also using this, so I will give you the interview question by after doing the project so that you can prepare it. I will help you to make your resume by understanding your profile, and I can do it. So suppose if you join a particular batch of a trainer having like into full-time training, right? So they have like 100, 200 students. So ideally, it's not possible for them to give an individual student, listen to them, talk to them. So those things are not there. So ideally, we take limited students, we help them, and then we groom them. I do it as a side hustle, as I told you. So that is what sets up us apart ideally. So, and also I will share the job openings not only from India, but I have a good LinkedIn connection, so I can share the job openings abroad as well if you want to move abroad. Okay, but I am not from any company or anything of that sort. I don't have a collaboration and those things, but I will share what I get. Okay, that I will share. So I will share the global opportunities. I will take the interviews with you after doing all the course curriculum. As I said that this is a small batch size, 20 students batch.
20 is not a small, right?
20 is not a small. So how
Yeah.
small you feel the
Five,
batch should
five
be?
or 10 people are the small size, right? 20 is a very big
So
size.
so 20. So I can handle 20 students. So some people will say that yeah, I can handle 40 students. Some so I can handle 20 students. So when 20 people register for the course, then 10 to 12 people or 13 people regularly come to the course, right? So suppose, yeah, so some people, all the people who join a gym doesn't go to the gym daily. So the regular students are 10 to 12, 30 students are daily attending the batch, which makes a batch easy to handle and easy to go. But now what I promise is I give the students time to make their resume and those things. So I can handle 20 students. That is why this number is there ideally. Now, what I also do is real-time projects. So suppose whatever I am doing in the company, I understand and I help, I teach what I do ideally. So this is what I do. So this is what is different basically. Now, what is the course curriculum ideally, right? So as I told, these are the three projects which you will do. The one is, so first of all, this particular course curriculum is enough to write like 3 years or 3.5 years or 4 years of experience into your profile. Suppose the people who are looking for the experience around like 3 years of experience or looking for a package around like 25 or 20 LP in India, ideally this course is enough for you. You can ideally come here, do this particular course, and then show that particular experience in your profile. So this course is enough for the people who are trying to switch, who are very beginner, trying to switch into the Azure, want to get around like 15 to 25 LPA, 10 LPA. So this course is enough for them. Now suppose after somebody will say that Abhishek, I am already having 7 years of experience earning around like I want to show more experience because I am an experienced guy. Then there is a, with this course there is a additional course which is the Databricks and Spark course, particularly big data processing course, which I suggest as a second step. So which I will talk about it going forward, right? So let's talk about this particular course. So this course is enough for the people who are want to show like 3 years of experience, 4 years of experience, and want to switch from 10 to 25 LPA, can ideally do this course. And what are the course curriculum is, what are the things we will cover in this particular course is, we will cover three projects. So one is like this project which is data factory centric, second is this project which is Databricks centric, and third is this project which is a Synapse Analytics project, right? Now, when you go about this particular project, these are the topics which is being covered. So we'll understand about all sort of like Azure basics, what is subscription, what is tenant, what is how to share the users and all of that. What is the blob storage, what is the data lake storage, what is link service, and how to migrate data from on-premise to cloud, how to copy the data, what is the upsert activity, what is the lookup activity, how to do the delta load, how to do the full load, how to do the Git integration, then the advanced activity like if else metadata, how to understand the triggers, and then what is the data flow, what is key vault, how to process CSV, JSON, XML file using PySpark, and then what is warehousing concept, what is fact, what is dimension, how to connect the SQL server using JDBC connector, what is star schema, Snowflake schema, how to send an email alert using logic app. So all of these topics will be covered, which is enough for the people who want to show this kind of experience. Okay. So this is about the course curriculum. Now the people who wants to switch into, like, suppose if you want to understand or want to, if you are like having 7 to 8 years of experience, and then you feel that Abhishek, my expectation is around like 30 to 40 LPA, then I will suggest you to do this course, because this is a, like, that's the course which will give you the all sort of understanding about data factory, Databricks, Synapse Analytics. Then you can focus particularly in Databricks, and you can basically understand the Databricks in a advanced, like a Spark optimization, and understand Databricks in a better way. So after this, you can ideally, um, 1 second. As a second step, you can do this course in which we will talk about more of a the Spark optimization, Unity catalog, and all of those things. Like, so this course is with respect to that. So you can, as a second step, you can also do it, or together as well, you can enroll for both of the courses. That also you can do, right? And during the course, will do we teach you the SQL and Python and those things? No. During the course, we'll not teach you SQL, or we'll not teach you Python as well. Why we don't do it? Because, like, suppose if you want to learn SQL and Python, I feel that you should take a different classes to learn that, because like, suppose the coding is more learned if you practice, just like language is more learned if you speak more. So similar to that, I have taken few classes in which just I tell syntax and then it's done, but it doesn't help ideally. So like, it's better that you if you want to learn SQL or Python, not take any course. Like, suppose in the market as well, if you are taking any course which is saying Azure data engineer plus SQL Python, then they are just like, you cannot learn anything from there. So just take a separate course. So during this course, we will guide you. I will guide you how you can learn SQL, and we will guide you during this course, this particular course, that how you can learn SQL particularly, because I feel SQL is a basic element you can start with. So I will guide you, I will give you the interview question, I will give you all the other things, the guiding material, and then the questions to practice. And syntax of SQL, anyways, you can find it in the net very easily, right? So this is what we will do for this course. Learning SQL is important? No, because the data factory will start with data factory for like couple of classes, and then in during that time you can ideally focus on the learning SQL, and the SQL guidance will be given ideally, right? So this is how the course curriculum will go, and the all the classes will be completely recorded. So let me show you our LMS portal. So this is our LMS portal. So I will give you the access of the LMS portal, in which every class is kind of like recorded, and after every class there is a homework which is given to you, and every homework is completely practical. Okay, so every homework is, suppose in this particular course, if you are creating a resource group, I will show you how to create a resource group, and there is a homework. I will show you how to connect to a SQL, like SQL server, on-premise server. Then there is a homework related to that. So after every class, there is a homework given to you, and then the whole classes will go. So yeah, so this is just like all the classes, the projects, and everything. Then after that, like, I will give you the project explanation of whatever we have learned, how to write it in your resume. Then what sort of, like, how to, so then I will give you the couple of assignments to be done, right? So which is actually a real time, or the assignment which can help you to like do the full load and delta load and those things. Then after doing the course, after you show all the assignment, we will give you the certification of the whole course, right? So suppose after you complete the whole uh, class, we will give you the certification of the completion, right? That is also given to you after you show all the assignment. Then we'll give you the sample resume to prepare the resume, and then we'll give you all the topic wise questions which can be answered, and then we'll give you the interview question which is been asked by different companies, the Tech Mahindra, Deloitte, and this is all the interview question is prepared by me. I have appeared to many interviews, and then if I show you the draft version of it, um, So this is the draft version of it. I just appear for all the interview and then prepare all of this interview questions so that I help my students and I give you all the interview question. So this is how the things will go, right? So like we will give you the the homework, the assignment, and then the LMS access so that you can access it from everywhere, anywhere. And these are the topics which will be covered during the course, right? So anybody has any questions related to this, guys? Anybody has any question related to this?
So classes are weekly or daily?
Uh, classes are, this will be the schedule of classes Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, 8 to 9 p.m. IST.
But that time the office will be there, right?
8 to 9 p.m.
Yeah, PM I'm asking about.
So you are in US.
No, I'm in India.
So generally, I feel the general timing is 9 to 5, right, in India?
No, that is not a standard time, right? See, we are overlapped our US time, right? So I'm working for Morgan Stanley, right? So I will be there. My call will be start by 8 only.
Okay, so in that case, either so here and there some shift is okay. So suppose if you want to attend the class from 8:30 or 7:30, here and there alteration can be done. But if you feel that you have like the real job to be done at 8 to 9 p.m., then we have a second option in which what you can do is you won't be able to attend the live classes in that case because yeah, so timing is not matching. In that case, you can also purchase the recording of the already live session which is going on.
Okay.
So that also you can do. So suppose you can just purchase the recording of the live session which is going on, and then you can continue learning, and then you can clear the doubt, whatever doubt you have in the dedicated groups of the recording which we have, or you can come to the live class if you have some time, some days, and then you can also clear the doubt, but your doubts will be cleared anyways. So you can opt for that particular option in which you will connect with a tutor, with me ideally, and you will get the answers of your question. But you will be less connected ideally because here you are more focused on the recording learning, and you can opt for this option as well if that is not suitable for you.
So there is no weekend class.
There is no weekend class, and I tried doing the weekend class as well in the past, but it doesn't match with, suppose if we have like 2 months of batch, so sometimes I am not available because this is weekend, right? So I have also some sort of a personal commitment sometimes in some weekend, and a student also sometimes there's a personal commitment during the weekend, so it it doesn't give a flow. That is why I stopped doing that. So I have a weekdays class during this timing only, but I have given the option if it is not suitable for you.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Hi, Abhishek. Yeah. So I am an Informatica professional with
Hmm.
12 years of experience.
Yeah.
So following your discussion from the
Hmm.
beginning, so it
Hmm.
seems that we should start with Azure Databricks rather than Azure Data Factory. The Data Factory
Uh,
is more towards the beginners, like the 3 to 4 years experience.
no. I think your understanding is incorrect.
Okay.
Suppose if you have an Informatica developer, Data Factory is an orchestration tool. Why you should start with Data Factory? Reason being, Data Factory is a orchestration tool. It connects different source system. It is a data it helps us to data move the data and also do everything. So you should anyways learn Data Factory because there is a data migration tool. It's main important data migration tool. If you learn Data Factory and Databricks, right, then you are eligible enough to show 3 years of experience. Now, if you learn Databricks in a more detailed manner, then you can show more experience. But if you say that I will learn Databricks only, then also you need to learn Data Factory later on in the phase. So I am just telling you steps how you can follow the steps. So you can follow the first step, which is Data Factory,
Mhm.
and then the second steps Data Factory and other tools, and then the second step is Databricks in a detailed manner. So
Mhm.
here also we'll learn Databricks, but like the yeah, so everything will be can be learned in a detailed manner. So Databricks is the second step in which we'll learn the detailed manner. But now if you say, Abhishek, if I skip the first step, can I directly go to the second step? No. If you skip the first step, then also you need to cover up data factory, right? So yeah, so you can learn it in the stepwise, in which you can learn data factory and then data bricks in like a mid to basic level, and then synapse, which is a combine of both, and then you can learn as a second step in a data bricks in a detailed manner that you can do.
Okay, so like I mean, in Databricks we will be covering the Spark, PySpark.
Yeah, Spark processing. That is what we'll cover. So if you guys want me to give a overview of that course, that I can do. 1 second.
So this course will not cover Databricks, huh?
It will cover Databricks, but it will cover basic to mid level. Then advanced level of Databricks will be covered in this particular course.
So we can directly join the Databricks also, right?
If you want to, don't want to learn data factory and other thing which I told, if you want to only learn Databricks, you can join this course as well. That's not a
So
problem.
is it a prerequisite for that Databricks to learn the data
The
factory?
both course can be learned individually,
Okay.
but for Databricks, you should have an understanding of a language. So the prerequisite for this course is you should have understanding of SQL or Python. But for
Okay.
that course, there's no prerequisite, because Databricks is more of a transformation, understanding, writing logic. So here, the prerequisite is you should know either of the language. But you should know data factory to learn Databricks. That's not the case.
So that means by the time we start Databricks, we should be aware of SQL and Python.
Yeah, so by the time you'll start learning Databricks, you will be, yeah, so as I told, like when we are doing the first course, I will also guide you to learn SQL and those things, right? Then we complete the course, you have some understanding, and then you come here in Databricks. But suppose if you say that, Abhishek, I already know SQL and I want to start with Databricks, that also you can do ideally. But will you skip the first part or not learning data factory? That's the biggest mistake. So data factory is also very important tool
Yeah,
to learn
understood.
in cloud. Yeah. So in this particular course, what are the things we will cover? We will cover about Spark architecture, cluster management, RDD, Spark API, Pandas and PySparks, common transformation logics, DB utils. What are the different types of views, managed table, unmanaged table? What is Unity catalog? How to handle the Spark optimization, Spark related like data skewness, repartition, coalesce, all of that. Then this is the architecture diagram we'll cover in this course. Then this is the architecture diagram which you have shown in that course as well, as there is some sort of overlap as well, because I said that I will cover few things in that particular course as well, right? So this is advanced level. So few things are overlapping anyways, because here also this is the Databricks, there also there is Databricks. So few topics which is here also there as well. All right.
Okay.
Anybody has any other question, guys?
So both the courses combined it will take 2 + 2, 4 months plus 2.
4 months, yes. So yeah, 4 months it will take. Yes, you're right.
Hello,
If you want to
Abhishek.
take baby steps of like, yeah, if I will complete one course, then I will take second course. So sometimes people are just, if I say that 4 months of course are there, right? So some people are, yeah, it's too long, and then those things are there. And then when you're exploring around the new technology, you all also want to just like understand how it goes for you, and then you want to enroll. So it's just a additional advantage. So you can either learn by one, or you can learn all at once, or if you just want 3 to 4 years of experience, your expectation is around 20 to 25 LPA, then first course is enough for you ideally. All right, guys. Anybody has any other question?
Hello,
Yeah,
Abhishek.
so the
Yeah, Rohan.
So basically, I am in Salesforce right now from last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So if I want to switch to data engineering, so how will be it beneficial for me? Means what extra factor will be there? I want to know that.
You are from Salesforce background, you're saying, right?
Yeah,
And
Salesforce
what do you do
technology
on
from.
day-to-day basis?
We have to do means tickets are there. We have to solve that tickets means
And
sales
tickets are related to
base
what?
coding related means there are basically coding related, and basically there is also admin part also is there. So
Uh-huh.
more coding related is there.
Coding means you write some reports, so you
Yeah,
create
yeah.
some reports.
No, Apex language is there. Means Salesforce has their own language, Apex.
Yeah, so I know about, haven't worked on Salesforce, so it's difficult for me to just relate. But if you are working on some sort of a coding which is not like so. Ideally, I won't be able to answer the question because I have less knowledge about what happens in the Salesforce because I haven't worked on the Salesforce. But in general, if you are working on a technology which is outdated, and then if you feel that you are creating some reports or working on some sort of syntax change, that also comes into the data engineering. But sorry, don't want to answer something which is I don't know. So probably I will skip that question because I have less on knowledge about Salesforce ideally.
Okay, so one more question. There are lot many topics are there. How will be covered in 2 months? Means it
Yeah,
will be
so
like basic parts, or
no, no,
it
no,
will
no, no,
be
no. See.
intermediate.
So there is also a confusion which somewhere I have written. I think so. Where I have written how will we do 3 projects, or suppose there is a confusion that Abhishek, how can you are saying 3 projects, but how you will do it, or is it basic or it's not basic. I have like many people has switched their career from 6 LPA to 25 LPA, 30 LPA just by doing this course, right? Why it's only 2 months? Is this course is easy? Like, so suppose if I tell you guys to attend the class Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, daily 1 hour, and also I will complete this particular training in approx like 30 hours, right? Why I'm able to complete in this training in 30 hours? Because this is probably my uh, 16th or 17th batch, and I have trained this batch with 2 students, and then like I have trained it multiple times that if I start a topic, I end it without any errors in between, and I do it everything real time, right? So it's not like I have created a pipeline before and then I'm showing it. I will do each and every pipeline creation, each and every things from the scratch during the class without any errors. And why I'm able to do that? Because I have done it multiple times, right? So but if you do it in the company, probably when you do it in the company, for the same pipeline which I create in 2 hours, I used to take 2 weeks in the office. Okay, so I will just provide you the recipe, right? So the direct recipe I'm providing in 30 hours. But when you do this by yourself, you will take double than that time, right? So suppose 30 hours, I will teach you 60 hours. You need to implement it, and that too done in the 2 months. So suppose if generally the sessions happens for the 2 months, then you need 1 month more time to revise it and do everything and then try to cover it up, right? So it looks easy, but it's difficult at the same time to give like 2 to 3 hours or 2 hours in a busy schedule and then cover it, give like 60, 70 hours in a 2 months amount of time. It's a big um, yeah, so it's the training is like not a basic training. Ideally, you can switch a job, you can write your projects in the resume, and then you can get a job. It's not any basic training. Why it's covered in 2 months? I told you that I will give you everything prepared, and then you need to play with that, and that requires time. So it's around like 60, 70 hours of training if you consider your effort as well at the same time.
Okay, okay. So, what percentage coding will be required? Means
For
Python
data
coding
factory,
and
there is no coding required. For data factory, there is a no code tool. There is a no coding tool required. When we are learning SQL, you need the understanding of SQL. And when you are learning Databricks, there the coding is required in general. So like I will give the like understanding of SQL while we are running a learning data factory and SQL things, right? And then when we go to Databricks, then you know some sort of a things because we'll start Databricks after a month or so. Then you have an understanding of some sort of coding understanding, and then you can learn Databricks.
okay.
Sir, what is the difference between Data Factory and SSIS?
The SSIS is an on-premise tool. Data Factory is a cloud tool. So you can say Data Factory is a replacement of SSIS, which is a cloud version.
Okay. Okay.
My first student was a SSIS developer, Akshay, and yeah. So my first student was the SSIS developer, and then I helped them to switch back in like 2 to 3 years past. Yeah. So Data Factory is a replacement of the your SSIS ideally.
Sir, I want to know that what is the fees of that advanced course?
Yeah, I will tell about the
The
fees and other things in some time. So please wait for some time. Yeah.
because I know SQL and Python. So
Yeah, I will tell about the fees in some time.
So Abhishek,
And
so do we
yeah,
get that accounts to practice, or like, I mean, or
yeah,
we
yeah.
provide
Let me
any
answer
other
that.
one?
Yeah, so let me go to the questions which people asked in the chat, and also the so what about the Azure subscription end-to-end project? What about Azure subscription? What is the free as a fresher is good enough? Yeah, so as a fresher, as I told that the cloud market is good and like it's a very trendy skill set. So this is a good to go. How deeply the courses cover Databricks and how deeply will courses cover data ADF and database will have to perform. So as I told, made to so the Databricks is like during the course it's 60 to 60% is data factory, 20% 20 to 25% Databricks, 20 to 25 warehousing. This is how this has been designed. And then Databricks, if you want to learn advanced or Databricks, then you can learn the Databricks course. And then there's like again I will tell you cannot skip data factory if you think that you know SQL, right? You cannot skip data factory because data factory is a very important tool, right? So please understand that it's required. Manual testing. Okay, fine. So now what I will do, I will answer the question which people are asking that how we will practice. So we will practice in this particular portal.su.com. Okay, so we will practice here. This subscription is given for free for a month. Okay, so this subscription is free for a month. Ideally, you can come here and practice, right? So there is no there's no problem with that. So ideally, you can come here and practice for free for a month. Now, if you want to practice like after a 1 month, then as I told that we have a batch of 20 students, right? So what we can do, we can share the subscription. So suppose we can work as a company. So suppose yeah, we can make five groups in which like one person made a subscription and everybody is working in that subscription as a group. But you don't need to share your email ID, password, and other things, right? We can work collaboratively as a company. So a company can be created and all the people can work in one subscription. That can be done. After 1 month, you can upgrade. So suppose some people will say, Abhishek, I want to work individually. Then you can upgrade your account after 1 month to a pay-as-you-go subscription. That will cost you 1,000 to 1,500 rupees a month. So suppose if I am going to pay-as-you-go, I generally use a pay-as-you-go subscription. And if you see the costing of it, it's around like so yeah. So if I show you the guys, please mute yourself. Okay. So if you see the costing of this, right? Yeah, so the costing which I'm paying like 3,000, sometimes 2,000, and I take many students. I take batches. I'm daily opening it. I'm daily practicing it. Daily I'm creating some sort of a POC. So it's around 2,000 rupees for me. But generally the general cost is 1,000 rupees a month. If you don't want to give it after 1 month, then you can use any other credit card, or I have used all of my friends credit card, all of my family member credit card, then I'm paying this, right? So you can ideally use your friends credit card, family member credit cards, and then you can pay that. Generally it will not charge you the money directly in your credit card. You can set alert and those things you can do. So after 1 month it's free. For 1 month it's free. After 1 month you can either use any other credit card or you can upgrade your account to pay as you go, which will cost you 1,000 to 1,500 rupees a month approx. That's all, not more than that.
So
And
different
we will,
credit card with different phone number also, right?
yeah, yes. So suppose, yeah, if I have created my account, then ideally I can create the account for my wife and then I can use it. And then I have used that, then I can use my friend's credit card and those things. But if you don't want to do it, then you can upgrade your account to pay as you go, which will cost you 1,000 rupees a month approx. All right, guys. Anybody has any other question?
So for companies as well, the free subscription is for 1 month.
For company,
For company also, it is 1 month free subscription.
they use an enterprise version, right? So for company, they don't use free subscription in company.
No. Matlab, see, I'm not talking about the actual company. Right now, you were asking to create a company. So in that case, I'm asking. So there is a
Yes.
difference when we are creating it.
So yeah, so if you create a normal in every free subscription, you can so every free in every free subscription you can add people in your account or you can work with that. So you can work with free subscription in the company. Just to answer your question. So if your question is when we create a company, can we still work in the free subscription? Yes,
No, till what time? It is similar as
1 month,
other, मतलब,
same
1 month.
account, same account. So if I
Okay.
create my account free for a month, I can add all of you and all of you can work with me for a month.
Okay.
Can we get this course content PDF which you are sharing?
Yeah, you already shared the course content in the demo group where you got a link. I will share again
Uh,
after the demo, so don't worry. Yeah.
Sir, I joined a little bit today. I'm on travel, so there are two questions from my side. The first
Mhm.
one is that the different data engineers are for the different platform like Azure, GCP, and AWS.
So the concept wise, we are learning the same thing, extract, transform, and load by using different tools. So for every cloud, there's a different tool. Yeah, so for GCP, you have a different tool. For Amazon, you have a different tool. But the concept wise, we are learning the same things. So here you are learning data factory, so you will not learn data factory there. Here you are learning data lake. You are there. You learn S3 bucket. So the tools will change, but the concept is same.
So, so the other question is that the duration of this course is 2 months. So will there be any type of placement assistance or any type of placement help provided by you?
So after the course, I will give you all the interview question, and then I will help you to make your resume. I will also share the openings which I get from my LinkedIn network. This is what I will do for you. So after you like do the projects, write the resume, write the projects in the resume, then you can go and get the job. Those things you can do.
And so after completion of this course, we will be counted as a experienced data engineer or like fresher?
You can write 3 years of experience after 3 to 4 years of experience after doing this course.
All right.
Yeah. And yeah, so sometimes how to cater that, suppose if you are from some sort of a different background, you can say that this projects you have done in your company or you have done it as a freelancing, or you can also say that you handle this project and then you try to switch. This is how generally people does. So yeah, so suppose if I am from HR, if I'm working on some sort of a data analyst domain, suppose in our HR marketing background, then I will say that I have done this particular so I was working in HR dashboarding thing. Then I got interested in the backend of it. Then I learned about. Then I basically delivered one of the project using Data Factory where I learned where I got curious about how this data is coming, and then I use Data Factory. Then I will just try to um, help you how you can write it. So this is how you can ideally project your experience, and then you can switch.
Abhishek sir, my questions are now over. How can I enroll for this one?
Yeah, so after the course curriculum, you can just ping me in the chat. So I will go to the enrollment part in just in 5 minutes. Please wait for 5 minutes, then I will go to the enrollment part. All right,
So
guys. Anybody has any other
Abhishek,
question? Yeah.
Abhishek, do you have any like this way, right? You are showing me the course content, right? So
Mhm.
how many days you are spending on Data Factory and how many days you are spending on Synapse and all that?
So if you go to the website, here in the website, all the details are there. So if you want to understand the yeah, so here you'll understand how it's structured
Okay.
1 week, 1 week, 2 weeks, so you can understand here.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, guys. Now I will come to the last part of it, which is like suppose how we will prepare. So interview question I have already shown you, but we'll not wait for 2 months completely. So suppose after we finish one of the project after 1 month or 1.5 month, I will give you the sample resume and then you can start giving interviews because how to prepare for the interviews is ideally suppose when I was in college, I used to go to the people who are like toppers, and then I get important questions from them, and then I prepare the important question. and I used to get the same exam how the like near to them, right? So how this is how I used to prepare. And whenever you go for IIT JEE or a CAT or any competitive exam, you prepare mock papers, right, before the exam. Similar to that, before going for the interview, we'll prepare for the interview question, and then we will go for the interviews, right? This is how it will happen. So after doing this course, after one project is completed, I'll give you the interview question. You can practice the interview question to basically prepare for the actual interviews, right? This is how we will prepare. I will help you to prepare for the interview, right? Now, if you want to do the certification after this particular course, you can anyways do this particular AZ 203 DP 900 and those kind of a certification, which I can help you and I will give you. But don't focus on the certification first, because sometimes people focus on the certification, they don't follow the practical approach. And certification will not teach you the practical implementation. It will teach you many things, and then you're confused what to use and what to not. So don't focus on the certification first. But if you want to focus, like if you want to do the certification, then I can help you after the course curriculum. Like if you want to do this AZ 900, DP 900, or AZ 203, those kind of a certification. I myself have done this certification. Like this is just, you need to renew the certification in every 2 years. So I try to renew it. Recently, I've done the certification, so I can probably help you. And if you want to do the certification after this course, we can do it together. All right, this is about the course curriculum and everything. Now, if you want to enroll for this particular course curriculum, the original price is 20,000 rupees, but you can get it in 18,000 rupees if you enroll it till. So as I told that tomorrow the batch is starting, right? So if you enroll it 12 p.m. tomorrow, you can get it in 18,000 rupees. We are taking only limited students of 20 students. We already have few registration, right? If you want to register on this particular class, you can ping me on the private chat. So I will send you my details in the where you got the Zoom link. I will send you my details, and then you can ping me in the private chat. I will send you the payment here, and then you can enroll. The duration of this course is 2 months, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Timing is 8 to 9 p.m. Now the people who say that, Abhishek, I am experienced, I have like 7 to 8 years of experience, and then when I want to switch, I want to get like 30 to 40 LPA package. So you can do both of the course curriculum, right? So the original price of both course curriculum is 40,000 rupees, but you can get both the course in 33,000 rupees. Same 12, like if you register till 12 p.m. tomorrow. Now, if you want to enroll only for a data factory, which I told, right? So this is the price, 18,000 rupees. But if you want to enroll for both of them together, you can get it in 33,000 rupees. The original price is 40,000 rupees. So if you want to enroll for this particular course, please ping me in the chat. And if you want to enroll for both as well, please ping me in the chat. I will send you the payment detail in the chat. Sorry, I will send you the WhatsApp number, and probably you got the link, so you can just ping me. So, and if you want to do it step by step, that also you can do. Suppose somebody will say, Abhishek, I want to do this course, and then later on I will think whether to go for that course because I want to take baby steps. That is also okay. So you can pay 18,000 rupees register now, and then after 2 months you can pay for second course, and then you can register again. But yeah, so if you take baby steps, then like that is also okay. And if you want to enroll now, that is also okay. It's your choice ultimately.
Abhishek, what is the duration of both the courses?
2 months each course.
And I hope the projects are like the live projects, they are not a demo.
Sorry.
I hope the project we are going for are the live projects.
Yeah, so those projects I have done it in my own company, which I am teaching you. So yeah, so it's actual the project which I do in the company. So yeah, it's a live project ideally.
Hello, Abhishek. If I enroll and if I crack the interview, the same pattern will be followed in company that you taught. Means three project we cover. We will cover these three projects. So same pattern projects are there, or there will be a
Same
different
pattern,
projects.
same pattern. So 8 years I have worked in this company. Sorry, I have worked in many projects. So we generally use Data Factory, Databricks, Synapse Analytics, Data Lake. These are the 4 tools and technology which is used here and there. So it's same pattern, same project will be followed in a different here and there manner, which is like there, right? So I try to summarize it in best possible way manner, so that once you do this course, you will be able to also handle the work in the company.
Okay, okay.
Hi Abhishek, can you hear
Yeah.
me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. The question is, I completed my college in 2020. Currently, 4 years I've been preparing for some other examinations. So currently, I
Hmm.
need to enter into IT for this course. How it will help me to get Azure so
So yeah, so you are preparing for some exam, some government exam probably, I think so.
yeah.
Yeah, so some government exams. So yeah, so I have many profiles who are preparing for government exam and then they want to learn data engineering. So yeah, it is doable because you have no IT background. And as I told in the previous part of the demo, that people having no IT background can also do this particular course and then switch. And the people who are having 7 years of experience can also do this course and switch. I am teaching everything from the scratch, but it doesn't mean that I am teaching very basic. So like once you and come and learn, then you will get the understanding, and you can ideally write 3 to 4 years of experience after doing this course. So yes, you can do it ideally, which will fulfill your career gap.
Hi Abhishek.
Hello.
Yeah, hi. So I want to ask one question regarding data engineering field.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
for example, one organization hired uh, some of the data engineers to uh, build pipelines to get whatever data they want. But
Hmm.
once the pipelines are developed, once all the things are set up, then
Hmm.
they won't be needing that much all data
No,
engineers, right?
no,
So
that's
can
not the
we
case.
okay?
I will tell you
Can we
why. I
okay?
will tell you why. So yeah, complete your question first. Please complete your question
Yeah.
first.
So uh, like in Power BI dashboards, like for example, once the dashboards are created, then we have to just monitor them, right? So
Hmm.
I think much work will be not there once all data pipelines are configured or it has been developed. So
Yeah. So
after that,
suppose.
what the data engineers do at the
Yeah. So
organization?
suppose once your ETL is developed, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
You monitor those pipeline, address failure and performance bottleneck in real time, whatever happens. Then
Okay.
whenever those pipelines are running, their data quality also changes because the source data is also changing sometimes. So your data quality is also changing. So which you need to also make sure. Then you need to work on the performance of the pipeline. Suppose your pipeline is finished in 2 hours, it can be finished in 1 hour. Then also that you can also work. Then you
Mhm.
need to make your code scalable. Suppose when you start developing right now, you have some timelines that you need to deliver the project in 3 months. So you have certain timelines. So in that way you write code, but to write best quality of code, you probably need more time. So you can take more time after you deliver that particular product. So I have delivered many projects. After that, I work on monitoring, after work on cost optimization, after work I work on the enhancing the performance of it. So those things you will work on, and also you'll work on the feature development. Suppose you moved 5 data set, but after some time you need more data set to be moved, so you do addition feature development on a particular pipeline. So this kind of a work will be there after your delivery has been done.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then
Okay.
sometimes, like suppose once you deliver one project, they want you to make one more ETL pipeline. So this kind of a work will keep on coming ideally.
Mhm. Okay. All right.
All right,
So the
guys.
One more
final
Yes.
price
question.
is 1800 only.
Sorry,
The final price would be 1800 only.
not 1800, 18,000, not 1800.
Okay, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Abhishek, one more question on the part of hiring.
Hmm.
So, for example, in India, like why candidates from India are not much considered for roles in other countries or other nations?
It's not the case ideally. So suppose I am, so if I show you my LinkedIn profile, I came to Germany from India itself. So this is not the case. It depends. So suppose it's not like my company moved me. I was working in Smith Detection. I applied directly from India, came on site, working in Germany, and my company is hiring. data engineers from India most of the time. Many data engineers coming from India, so it's not the case ideally. So I don't feel so that's correct.
Okay, okay. Okay, actually, like whenever I am applying for the abroad
Hmm.
or any other nationality jobs, then
Hmm.
most of the time I didn't get conveyed by them the reason for the rejection, or also like not a communication well from them. So,
So
uh,
yeah, probably like sometimes you have a bad experience, right? So, but from my understanding, the opportunity is good. So, but yeah, it happens sometime. But I don't think so. What you're saying is correct. Indian people are also considered.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, thanks, Abhishek.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, hi Abhishek. I have one question. Actually, I wanted to ask for like many interview questions or in the LinkedIn, I have seen like they are asking about the SQL part, about
Hmm.
the stored procedure and how to tune the any SQL query. So like
Hmm.
I wanted to know what level of SQL and Python would be needed to crack the interview.
So the SQL, when it comes to SQL, the SQL, when it comes to SQL, the SQL you should understand that how to convert one data to different data. Like suppose if I give you 10 data set, so in SQL there are 4 to 5 main function. How to do the filtration, how to do the aggregation, how to do the window partition, how to do the joins properly. If you understand this, then this is what is needed in SQL ideally. If you really understand this, like window partition, where clause, joins, aggregation, having group by, row num, dense rank. If you understand this, and also if you understand in Python, that is enough ideally. So the level is you just if one data set is given to you, how you can convert that data set to basically the other requirement. That is what is needed ideally.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Python. What
Uh,
about Python?
Same. If one data set is given, how you can register, like how you can aggregate, filter, do all those things, the basic things, right?
Abhishek,
And
one more thing I wanted to ask. Uh,
Mm.
what is your view on Snowflake or data engineering? Like, is it
S-
can we learn it? Is
Later
it
on,
in
you can
record?
learn it. So later on, you can learn it. Right now, you can focus on data. So it's not mandatory to work on Snowflake in all of the project. When you're working, particularly in Azure cloud, it's not so trendy that people are working in Snowflake always.
Okay.
hello, Abhishek. In interview, they will ask on DSA also. DSA
Some
part.
people ask, very few company ask about it.
Okay, so we need to
Not
prepare
so,
for.
guys, it's very important to like suppose some company also ask for CI/CD pipeline, some company also ask for Power BI, some company also ask for you to basically work on some sort of a machine learning deployment as well. But you you should focus on what is important. You can work on other things, but don't start working on that first. That's what I'm saying. So focus on learning what is important. That's all. But DSC is important, but like just first learn about SQL, basic SQL, the data factory, Databricks, and then Spark optimization, then side by side. Because if you go and a core programmer who is working on the programming day in day out, right? If you go them and ask, hey, do you know data structure? He will say no, because data structure is so vast. So in the side you can learn about it, but don't start with the data structure first, is what I'm saying.
Okay, okay.
All right, guys. So if you want to register, please ping me on the private chat. Uh, and yeah, so just ping me in the private chat if you want to register, right? So all of you, I guess you have my number. So please ping me on the private chat if you want to register. So anybody has any other question, guys? Okay, guys, thank you for attending the demo. Please ping me on the private chat if you want to register. We are taking limited students or 20 students, right? And then you can get the course in 18,000 rupees if you ping till tomorrow 12 p.m. If you want to take both of the courses, then you can get both of the courses in 33,000 rupees. That too has a same limited students. Ping me on the private chat if you want to register. Thank you so much for attending the demo.
Thank you.
Thanks, Abhishek.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.